So today's Sunday, just finished Zoom church. We were talking about the last two Beatitudes, but the things that really struck me was, the concept of righteousness being our spiritual DNA, which I've never really thought of like that before, but also the peace of God working in us and striving towards peace by asking God to work through our hearts. The man of God was talking about the fact that, and I don't think I've heard it phrased this before. We talk about the fact that, oh Lord, you have my heart, but the reality is that God, when we're saved, we give God some of our heart. And the analogy that was given is that when God gave the children of Israel the promised land, he said, I'm not going to give it to all of you. I'm not going to give all of it to you right now, because the wild animals might overrun you. So he gave it to them. It was their inheritance, but there was a chipping away gradually at the territory so that they eventually had all of it. And similarly, the man of God encouraged us, like, when we're saved, we say we give God our heart, but we don't actually in reality give God all of our hearts. We go into our relationship with God in the same way that we go into every relationship, with baggage. The things that the way that we are reacting or dealing with something today might be as a consequence of something that happened to us a long time ago. I mean, people say things like hurt people, and that is true, but the reality is that everything that I am dealing with today and my reactions are going to be based on my previous experience. That's the baggage. And it made me think about so first off, sorry, I'm all over the place. The thing to remember from a spiritual point of view is that to get the peace, what I have to do is be intentional about exposing my heart to God and realizing the fact that I don't come into the relationship fully surrendered. So, I might believe God for salvation. That part is settled, that's done. But do I believe God about finances? And if I do, how can I point to the way that I deal with my finances to say this is as a consequence of what I believe God? Do I believe God about my health? Not just healing, about my health. Do I believe God about my physical health, about my mental health? Do I believe God about my destiny? Do I believe God about my relationships? Do I believe God about my future? Because my actions, the Bible says, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So if you listen to somebody long enough, you know what it is that they believe. But also, if you watch somebody, you know what the true beliefs in their hearts are. So you might see me behave in a way that is as a consequence of a part of my life that's not surrendered to God. Some past trauma or something like that. And the thing that made me think of from a medical point of view is referred pain. So the way I like to explain referred pain to patients is pain in one place because of a problem in another place. For instance, you see in movies and in TV when somebody's having a heart attack, sometimes they grab their chest, sometimes they grab their left arm, because of the fact, from an embryological point of view, how our bodies were formed from the cells as we developed in our mother's wombs. The wiring is similar. So the pain is not in my arm, the pain is in my heart, but I process it as pain in my arm. So similarly, and there's lots of other examples of referred pain, but similarly, behaviorally, spiritually, am I acting a way today? Am I misbehaving today because of pain in another area, something I haven't dealt with? Because I think not intentionally dealing with that is only going to limit where we get to in life. I heard Bishop Jake say, sin is the way that we medicate the pain. And it really made me think about my own life. In areas of my life, I am aware that I haven't lived up to God's standard. That is the symptom. And then I've had to be intentional about the work to find the problem. Yeah, interesting.